and you gave me these bad nuts.
All right, a couple questions on boxing here with Jeff Mayweather. Jeff, just your thoughts going back here a little bit on the Paulie Malignaggi and Adrien Broner fight. I know you had thought that Broner was going to have an easier go than he did. So, what were your thoughts on the fight?
Well, I mean, it was a good fight. I don't know how entertaining it was, but it was a good fight because I think the fight exceeded expectations on Malignaggi's side. You know, because everyone thought that he was going to get blown out. And I thought that, not necessarily he was going to get blown out, but I thought that it was going to be a fight in which Broner would win easier. And because I know how tough Malignaggi is, and I thought that it would be a fight where he would probably punish Malignaggi more. Okay. But the thing that happened is Broner, maybe expectations of Broner is too high. You know, he's trying to fill Floyd's shoes and he's not there yet. You know, and then chances are he probably won't ever get there. But with that being said, he's a very talented young fighter in his own right. And when you put out that type of vibe of, you know, I'm the best, I'm this and I'm that, and don't deliver, you know, fans get sour. And they get sour. Then of course he has some maturing to do also. I mean, he has some maturing to do as a man, as a young man, because he seems to take everything with a grain of salt and like it's just fun, you know. And sometimes you gotta take a look at yourself and analyze the fact of how you're carrying yourself and how the public is perceiving you. You know, and with that being said, I think that he's still got a lot of maturing to do. But you know, his talent as a fighter, I think that he's still gonna be the guy that probably carries boxing in the next millennium. I won't say next millennium, the next decade.
It's going to be too old to be fighting
next
then.
decade.
You had mentioned, and of course the topic's always there, is he a Floyd clone or not? Do you think that his effort, or what appears to be his effort to mimic Floyd, actually hurts him, and that people perceive that he's not being himself?
No. I mean, because the thing is this. If somebody is mentioning you in the same breath as Floyd, that means they think you're a great fighter or you have potential to be great. So I think that, not only that, I think also it's a situation in which, as long as you can deliver, you're going to make money, and you're going to make a whole lot of it. And he's a guy that's in that position because he mimics Floyd, and he's been able to back it up, and he's been able to back it up in, you know, in great fashion. So I mean, I think it's just, you know, the fight with Malignaggi, I think is more because it was more, I mean, the build up to the fight was better than the fight itself. You know, and I think that, you know, the expectations of Broner was a lot higher. You know, and that's unfair to him because, I mean, the kid did jump up 2 weight classes. But, you know, but also at the same time, when you make the comparisons to him and Floyd, I mean, it's totally different. I mean, when Floyd won the title, Floyd was 21, and Floyd fought the absolute best fighter, you know, champion in the division. You know, and so I mean, those comparisons, when you actually take a real look, are not even real. But, you know, the talent that he has, you know, and the style that he fights, you know, it does make for, you know, for an entertaining fight, and, you know, an enjoying fight if he performs to the level that the expectations are.
And you mentioned the build-up being more entertaining than the fight. That's what I wanted to ask you. You know, it's kind of interesting to get your take, because Floyd himself is very controversial and, you know, a guy that you either love or hate. But do you feel the build-up and then the after-fight stuff? I mean, do you think it went above and beyond what maybe is good for boxing? It got so raunchy at times. you know, with the whole side piece and that kind of stuff. So do you think that, you know, with Floyd, it seems like if you love him or hate him, it's more of a personal thing. What he says, you don't like his arrogance or his whatever. But with them, it seemed they made it more. You know, do you feel that they went above and beyond it just being a?
Well, don't get me wrong. I mean, you got to realize one thing is this: even though Broner is being touted as the next coming, still he's not there. Meaning that maybe he does have to do something still to get fans, you know, to come to the fight whether they love him or hate him, you know. But I mean, I think that it was back to what I was already saying. It was just immaturity. It was even immaturity even more on Malignaggi's part, because he could have just went ahead and just said, okay, whatever, and left it alone and not even get himself involved in it, you know. And so I mean, I think they both was a little immature, but at the end of the day, it's one of those situations. The fight itself, I mean, the fight could have went either way. I mean, if they would have gave the fight to Malignaggi, I don't think nobody would have really complained, you know, other than Broner's people. But at the same time, I mean, if it was amateur boxing, Malignaggi wins. But since it's professional boxing, Broner wins because he landed the more effective punches.
Okay. All right, Jeff, we appreciate it, and thanks for your time.
Yeah, man.